Welcome to Hornbilltv. This is your anchor, Kekrizan Solo. You're now watching Prime Time. First, the headlines. The Coordinating Committee of Manipur Integrity, COCOMI, has sought United Nations attention on the ongoing situation in Manipur. The Enforcement Directorate produced Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal in the Roos Avenue court on Friday and told the court that Kejriwal was the kingpin and the key conspirator of the Delhi liquor policy scam. The AAP held a protest at the ITO in the national capital against CM Kejriwal's arrest by ED in the excise policy case. AAP leaders including Delhi Minister Saurabh Bharadwaj and Atishi were detained by the Delhi police during the party protests. Those were the top headlines. Now for the news in details. The Enforcement Directorate produced Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal in the Roos Avenue court on Friday and told the court that Kejriwal was the kingpin and the key conspirator of the Delhi liquor party and the South's cartel, a key opponent of which was K. Kavita, already arrested. The ED told the court that Vijay Nair was staying near Kejriwal's house and was closely working with the Chief Minister, who demanded kickbacks from liquor barons for extending favours under their policy. Kejriwal demanded rupees 100 crore from some accused from the South group for the Punjab election, the ED told the court. The agency also said Kejriwal himself met with Kavita and to 2022. ED said they have collaboration of everything they are saying. A huge amount of cash changed hands, ED said. Kejriwal is also liable for the role of his associates. The agency said Goa MLAs said they have received cash. Appearing for Kejriwal, independent candidate Hayatang Tungoy Lotha has filed his nomination paper for the 18th Lok Sabha election today, the March 22, at Commissioner Nagaland and Returning Officer Office in Kohima. The IND candidate filed his nomination paper before the Commissioner Nagaland and Returning Officer for 1 Nagaland Parliamentary Constituency, Sushil Kumar Patel, who was assisted by the Additional Deputy Commissioner, Headquarter and Assistant Returning Officer Benjamin Lockhart in examining the necessary documents furnished by the candidate. The IND candidate is the first candidate to file nomination for the 18th Lok Sabha election from Nagaland state. The filing of nomination papers will come to a close on Wednesday, March 27 at 3 p.m. 3 from Nagaland, 1 from National Democratic Progressive Party, 1 from Congress and 1 independent have declared their candidature for the upcoming Lok Sabha election. We'll now take a short break. We'll be back with more news.
गरम ते पेट और मन के ठंडा रखे तो की नुकी खाली मीठा है लगे इदु हेल्दी আছে UHT treated और सफा भी আছে थर्ड इदु फ्रेश আছে और मजा भी वाओ केविंटर लस्सी मीठा भी हेल्दी भी
केविंटर लस्सी मीठा भी हेल्दी भी
घर जल प्रतिरोधक सीमेंट से नहीं बना तो पड़ेगा रोना। पानी घुसने से कंक्रीट कमजोर हो जाए। स्टार वेदर शीट सीमेंट खराब मौसम में घर वेदर प्रूफ बनाए। स्टार वेदर शीट जल प्रतिरोधक सीमेंट वेदर प्रूफ घर।
डर मत, टाइगर है ना, ब्लैक टाइगर सीमेंट।
Welcome back. Heading on to the next news. The Coordinating Committee of Manipur Integrity (COCOMI) has sought the United Nations attention on the ongoing situation in Manipur. Khuraijam Atuba, the spokesperson of the committee and vice president of the IPSA on March 21st, presented his intervention at the ongoing 55th session of the UN Human Rights Council in Geneva on human rights situation in Manipur. Atuba, during his presentation, said that indigenous communities are embroiled in a severe conflict exacerbated by cross-border narco-terrorist groups and armed militants who are under the suspension of the operation agreement with the government of India. He also mentioned that over 70,000 people have been displaced since last 10 months and their fundamental rights under threat. Atuba also alleged that immigrant armed groups have unlimited access to arms from Myanmar and Bangladesh, and the complaincy adopted by the government of India has prolonged the situation. He has therefore appealed the Council to appoint a special reporter to assess the human rights situation, initiate dialogues on immigration, drugs, arms trafficking and illicit cultivation of opium, poppy, and provide immediate aid to the internally displaced people.
The conflict involving cross-border immigrant armed groups risks escalating into a full-scale war across multinational regions in Southeast Asia. The recent attacks against state forces in Moreh border town using heavy artillery are the testament. The immigrant armed groups have unlimited access to arms from Myanmar and Bangladesh, and the complacency adopted by the government of India has prolonged the situations. The duplicity of India's stand and its alleged coordinations with several trans-border ethnic arms to provide immediate aid to the 70,000 IDPs with a focus on vulnerable groups like children, women and the elderly. I trust the Council will prioritize this matter and act decisively to alleviate the suffering of the affected indigenous population. I thank you.
Thank you.
Sponsored candidate of INC. Manipur Pradesh Congress Party, on its part, had already recommended the name of the Dr. Bimal Akhoijam for Inner Manipur constituency, while for Outer Manipur constituency, Arthur Kangnam Alfred will represent the bloc. The meeting of 10 political parties was held at Congress Bhavan at around 2 p.m. and attended by the representatives of all 10 political parties.
Today we had the meeting of the 10th political party, but in that meeting, by unanimous decisions, we have converted India Bloc. The name is the title of the alliance, India Bloc Manipur. So this India Bloc Manipur is supported to the sponsor candidate of INC. So in connection with this, we have already this recommended for the candidates for both the inner and outer. For the inner, we have this Dr. Bimal Akhoijam, and for the outer, Mr. Alfred Kangnam Alfred. These two candidates will be our INC candidate, supported by the India government.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi on March 22 landed in Bhutan for a 2-day state visit. Prime Minister Modi was warmly received by his Bhutanese counterpart, Tsering Tobgay, at the airport. Later, he received a grand ceremonial welcome at the Tashi Cho Dizong Palace. Also, he was conferred the Order of the Druk Gyalpo by the King of Bhutan, Jigme Khesar Namgyal Wangchuk. Prime Minister Narendra Modi became the first foreign head of government to receive Bhutan's highest civilian honor. The Order of the Druk Gyalpo was instituted as the decoration for lifetime achievement and is the pinnacle of the hour system in Bhutan. India and Bhutan share a unique and exemplary bilateral relationship founded on mutual trust, goodwill and understanding. King of Bhutan has also made several visits to India, underscoring the close ties between the two nations. We'll now take another short break. We'll be back with
Sapa nahwa khana aru pani kha karone diarrhea, cholera aru typhoid nishina bimari hobo pare. Bacha khanke diarrhea hoato bishipar sapa nahwa pani kha karone hoy. Diarrhea to thik pra nasaile to jan bi jabole pare. Inika bimari pra ami khan laga gaote lagi thakia vitamins aru minerals to bishi komti.
Welcome back. After the Delhi High Court declined to grant him interim protection from coercive action, Kejriwal, the two-time CM, is the first serving Chief Minister to be arrested. But before we get into the details of the story, here's a quick timeline of this case. On November 2021, the Delhi liquor policy was introduced in November 2021. Later, the ED had said that the policy was formulated with deliberate loopholes that promoted cartel formation through the back door to benefit AAP leaders. On July 22, 2022, the allegation in the Delhi excise policy scheme arose out of a report submitted by the Delhi Chief Secretary Naresh Kumar to Lieutenant Governor Vinay Kumar Saxena, pointing to alleged procedural lapses in the formulation of the policy. The report was referred to CBI and the agency named Sisodia and 14 other accused in the FIR. Then on September 2022, CBI arrested Vinay Nair, AAP communication in charge, last September. In November, he was arrested by the ED. Last July, a Delhi court dismissed his bail plea. Now, Nair is accused of being a middleman between the South Group and laundering money received as kickbacks during AAP's Goa Assembly poll campaign. According to the ED, this group secured uninhibited access, undue favors, attained stakes in established wholesale business and multiple retail zones over and above what was allowed in the policy. And following the next year, on February 2023, the former Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia was arrested by the CBI and launched in Tihar jail. Sisodia resigned from Delhi government with the AAP handing over its portfolios to his party colleague Atishi. On March 2023, the ED told Delhi court that the alleged proceeds of the crime amounted to more than rupees 292 crore and that it was necessary to establish the modus operandi. The ED alleged that the scam was to give the wholesale liquor business to private entities and fix a 12% margin for a 6% kickback. On October 2023, ED sent summons to Kejriwal for the first time. So far, the central agency has sent 9 summons to Kejriwal. Kejriwal has so far maintained that the ED summons to him are being sent at the behest of the BJP. ED also arrested Sanjay Singh, AAP MP, alleging that rupees 2 crore illegal cash changed hands at Singh's official North Avenue residence. Singh was in 5-day custody of the ED, and now coming to this year on March 15, 2024, K. Kavita, BRS leader and Telangana Legislative Council member, was arrested by the ED at 5:20 p.m. from her residence at the Banjara Hills in Hyderabad. A Delhi court sent her to ED custody till March 23rd. She was arrested allegedly for being part of the South Group. Then on March 19, 2024, the ED for the first time alleged that Kejriwal was a conspirator in the case, while the Central Bureau of Investigation said that some high-profile persons may be arrested in this case, leading to Kejriwal's arrest on 21st March, yesterday. So this brings us to what's happening in Delhi now. According to latest updates, the Aam Aadmi Party took the streets to protest against the arrest on Friday. Security was stepped up around the city with heavy personal deployment and multiple layer barricading on roads leading to BJP headquarters. Delhi Minister Atishi, Saurabh Bharadwaj, along with party workers, were detained amid the demonstration, and Section 144 was imposed at ITO and around the AAP party office. Opposition parties across the political spectrum have decreed the arrest, with Congress leader Rahul Gandhi, in a veiled reference to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, saying that a scared dictator wants to create a dead democracy. AAP Minister Atishi, while hitting out at the BJP-led central government, said that Kejriwal would continue functioning as the CM from jail. Social activist Anna Hazare on Kejriwal's arrest expressed his disappointment over Arvind Kejriwal, who had collaborated with him advocating against liquor but is now formulating liquor policies. He attributed Kejriwal's arrest to his own actions. Kejriwal and Hazare worked together for about 3 years when they were part of the anti-corruption movement spearheaded by the India Against Corruption (IAC) between 2010 to 2013. Their relations soured after Kejriwal decided to form a political party, while Hazare continued with activism. Hazare has often criticized Kejriwal since. Take a look at Hazare's statement.
Arvind Kejriwal just said me जो मेरे साथ काम करता था और शराब के बारे में हम लोग आवाज उठाया था, आज वो शराब नीति बना रहा है, जिसका मुझे दुख हुआ। लेकिन करेगा क्या, सत्ता के सामने कुछ नहीं कर सकता। आखिर उसको जो अरेस्ट किया गया, अटक हुआ, वो उनकी कृति से हुआ। हम ये बातें नहीं करते तो अटक होने का कोई संभव नहीं था। तो जो अटक हुआ है, अभी कानून के तौर पर जो होगा वो होगा, वो सरकार देखेगी, वो सोचेगी।
That was on Anna Hazare's statement. BJP leader Shazia Ilmi questioned whether Arvind Kejriwal was instructed by the BJP to modify the liquor policy, collaborate with K. Kavita to allocate 9 out of 31 zones to the liquor mafia lobby of the South, or advise Manish Sisodia to grant a 12% profit margin to the wholesaler. She further inquired if the BJP directed Kejriwal to retract the policy upon exposure or to destroy phone call evidence.
सिर्फ ये पूछना चाह रही हूँ कि क्या भाजपा ने आपसे कहा था कि शराब घोटाले के पीछे जो पॉलिसी थी उसको बनाया जाए, कि साउथ ग्रुप के साथ मिलकर, के कविता के साथ मिलकर उस लिकर माफिया लॉबी जो साउथ की है उसको 31 में से 9 जोन दे दिए जाए? क्या ये भाजपा ने कहा था आपसे कि मनीष सिसोदिया 12% प्रॉफिटेरिंग यानी कि मुनाफे का गुंजाइश दें होलसेलर को, और जहां तक बात है रिटेलर्स की, उनको 188% मुनाफाखोरी की इजाजत दें? क्या ये भाजपा ने कहा था कि इस तरह घोटाला करो इससे 2063 करोड़ रुपए का नुकसान राजस्व को हो? क्या ये भाजपा ने कहा था कि कविता के साथ मिलकर आप पूरे साउथ ग्रुप के साथ संजय सिंह के घर पर ये मीटिंग करें? क्या ये भाजपा ने आपसे कहा था कि बाकायदा इस पैसे को किक बैक्स की तरह से यूज किया जाए? क्या ये भाजपा ने कहा था सुप्रीम कोर्ट से या फिर हाई कोर्ट से या फिर सेशन कोर्ट से कि मनीष सिसोदिया को बेल ना दो? क्या ये भाजपा ने आपसे कहा था कि दिल्ली जल बोर्ड के में जो एनकेजी कंपनी है, जो टेक्निकली क्वालिफाइड नहीं है, उसको इस तरह का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट दिया जाए? क्या ये सारी एडवाइस भाजपा ने दी थी? और क्या भाजपा ने आपसे कहा था कि जब आपकी चोरी पकड़ी जा रही है तो आप इस पॉलिसी को हटा दें? क्या भाजपा ने आपसे कहा था कि समीर महेंद्रू का फोन कॉल जो है विजय नायर के जरिए अरविंद केजरीवाल को दिया जाए? क्या ये भाजपा ने आपसे कहा था कि जो भी प्रमाण हैं फोन कॉल्स में जो फॉरेंसिक जांच के लिए जरूरी हैं उनको नष्ट कर दिया जाए? तो बड़ा आसान है, घोटाले करो खुद, जिम्मेदार ठहराओ भाजपा को।
AAP's legal team had moved to Supreme Court last night urging for an urgent hearing. The top court is likely to take up the matter today. Court reserves order on ED application seeking Arvind Kejriwal's remand. According to latest report, order to be passed shortly. This is a developing story. More updates will be provided as the story progresses. The government in Uttarakhand has completed its 2 years of ruling. Pushkar Singh Dhami has held a special press conference regarding this occasion. Let's have a look.
दूसरी बार एक कंटिन्यूअस प्रोसेस में सेवा करने का अवसर प्रदान किया। उसकी पूर्व संध्या, मतलब 2 वर्ष होने की उसकी पूर्व संध्या है। इस अवसर पर हमारे बीच में हमारे पार्टी के प्रदेश अध्यक्ष आदरणीय महेंद्र भट्ट जी, हमारे बहुत वरिष्ठ नेता, राज्यसभा के सांसद, राष्ट्रीय कोषाध्यक्ष आदरणीय नरेश बंसल जी, आदरणीय आदित्य कोठारी जी, हमारे प्रदेश महामंत्री श्री मंदिर जी, मीडिया के प्रमुख, और यहाँ पर हमारे सभी प्रवक्तागण हैं, पार्टी के हमारे सभी दायित्वधारीगण हैं, अनेक पदाधिकारी हैं और आप सब बंधुओं का मैं आज इस अवसर पर अपनी ओर से बहुत स्वागत करता हूं। आप सबका अभिनंदन करता हूं कि आप सबके द्वारा लगातार इन 2 वर्ष हों या उससे पहले के 6 माह का कालखंड हो, हमेशा आप सब लोगों ने सकारात्मक रूप से हमें सही काम करने के लिए प्रेरित भी किया है। कहीं कहीं आपने हमें समाचारों की दृष्टि से, अन्य बातों से, व्यक्तिगत सुझावों के माध्यम से अनेक सुझाव भी आप सबके बीच में से लगातार मिलते रहे हैं। भाइयों बहनों, मेरे मीडिया के सभी मित्रों, मैं आप सबसे कहना चाहता हूँ, आपका धन्यवाद मैं इस रूप में भी करना चाहता हूँ। अनेक चुनौतियां हमारे सामने आई, चाहे वो और बहुत सारे जो चुनौतीपूर्ण विषय थे, उन विषयों पर भी हम आगे बढ़े और निर्णायक रूप से आगे बढ़े। बहुत सारे हमने सख्त निर्णय भी लिए, सख्त कानून भी हमने बनाने का काम किया है उस दृष्टि से। और तीसरा कि हमने जो भी उत्तराखंड की देवतुल्य जनता से जो भी हमने उनसे वायदा किया था, जो भी हमने संकल्प उनके सामने प्रस्तुत किए थे, मुझे आप सबको बताते हुए खुशी है कि उसमें भी हम बहुत निर्णायक रूप से आगे बढ़ गए हैं। बहुत सारे निर्णय हमने ले भी लिए हैं, बहुत सारों को हमने पूरा भी कर लिया है। उसमें आप सबको पता है, उत्तराखंड पहला राज्य बना समान नागरिक संहिता का जो विधेयक है वो विधानसभा ने पारित कर दिया। विधानसभा ने पारित करने के बाद माननीय राज्यपाल महोदय को हमने वो भेजा था। राज्यपाल महोदय ने माननीय राष्ट्रपति जी के यहाँ भेजा। माननीय राष्ट्रपति महोदया ने भी उसमें हमको स्वीकृति दे दी है और जल्दी ही, क्योंकि उसके लिए उसको अमेंडमेंट करने के लिए उसको लागू बनकर तैयार हो जाएगा, तैयारी हो जाएगी, तो ये कानून हमारा उत्तराखंड के अंदर लागू हो जाएगा। उससे बहुत सारी जो आज होने वाली जरूरत के जो